Hello, boys and girls. It's story time again. Our story this week is A Father's Day Thank You. Oh boy, let's find out what kind of thank you are we going to give Father on Father's Day. Let's take a look. This book is written by Janet Nolan. Harvey did not know what to draw. He dangled his crayon above a blank sheet of paper. Just then, his sister tiptoed down the hallway. "What are you doing?" asked Harvey. "Well, tomorrow's Father's Day, and I got Dad his favorite present," said Lori Ann. I wonder what Dad's favorite present is. "How do you know it's his favorite?" asked Harvey. "Well, just follow me," whispered Lori Ann. They could hear Dad in the kitchen. He always cooked breakfast with the radio on, and he'd crack the eggs and hum a little tune. And he'd flip pancakes and crank up the volume on the radio. And when the bacon was crispy, his big booming voice would fill the house with a song. By the time breakfast was ready, it would either cover your ears or you'd have to go sit down and eat. "Look at Dad eating those pancakes." Lori Ann pulled Harvey into their parents' closet. "See, Dad's favorite present," she said. "Every year I give Dad a tie. And every year he says to me, 'A tie. Oh boy, how wonderful. I can always use another tie.' Then he gives me a big hug and he says, 'Thank you.' And I tell him, 'You're welcome.' Look at all those ties. Oh boy." After breakfast, Harvey played tag with the dog until he tripped over a skateboard and cut his knee. Dad scooped him up and carried him inside. "Might need to operate," muttered Dad as he handed Harvey a popsicle. Then, as he cleaned up the cut, Dad told such silly stories that Harvey even forgot to cry. Harvey thought, Dad might like a popsicle for Father's Day, but he figured if he wrapped one up, it probably would melt. And what do you say, boys and girls? Would it melt? Yes, I think so too. After lunch, Harvey wanted to ride his bicycle, but the tire was flat, so his older brother, Martin, took him down to the basement to look for the pump. "What are you getting Dad for Father's Day?" asked Harvey. "It's the present that Dad loves the best," answered Martin. "Are you giving him a tie?" "Why would I give Dad a tie? Follow me and I'll show you what Dad likes the best," said Martin. Okay, we already know Dad likes ties. Let's see what else. Harvey followed his brother to the storage room. "See? It's nails," said Martin. "Dad loves nails. Every year I give him a box of nails, and every year he says to me, 'A box of nails. Oh boy, how special. I can always use another box of nails.' Then he gives me a hug and he says, 'Thank you.' And I say, 'You're welcome.'" Dad! Harvey could not fix his tire alone, so luckily Dad woke up from his Saturday afternoon snooze when Harvey hollered, "Dad! Dad!" "Did somebody call for a bicycle repair?" answered Dad. Harvey held the handlebars while Dad filled the tire with air. When Harvey pedaled away, Dad stayed and watched him to make sure that tire was safe. That evening, Harvey thought about Father's Day again when he stepped out of the tub and Dad wrapped him up in a big warm towel. Harvey went looking for his oldest sister, Nadine. She was in the family room just dancing to music that Harvey could not even hear. "Nadine! Nadine!" yelled Harvey, and she pulled off her headphones. "What are you giving Dad for Father's Day?" "Oh, it's the present he looks for all year long," Nadine replied. "Are you giving him a box of nails?" asked Harvey. "Now, why would I give him a box of nails?" said Nadine. "Open the cabinet and I'm going to show you what Dad likes the best." Let's see what this one is. She opened the room cabinet. "See," said Nadine, "Dad looks forward to getting golf balls. Every year I give Dad a box of golf balls, and every year he says to me, 'Golf balls, oh, how thoughtful of you. I can always use more golf balls.' Then he gives me a big hug and he says, 'Oh, thank you.' And I say, 'You're welcome.'" Harvey trudged up the stairs to bed. All the wonderful, special, thoughtful gifts were already taken. What was left to make Dad to say thank you? Can you think of something Harvey could have given Dad? Let's see what he does. "Who's interested in a bedtime story?" asked Dad. "Oh, me, cried Harvey, and he was diving into the bed. When the story was over, Dad smiled and said, "I love you," and he kissed Harvey good night. Harvey sat in the dark. He was not thinking about Father's Day. He was thinking about his dad. Harvey crept out of the bed, picked up a crayon, and started to draw. On Father's Day, Lori Ann handed Dad a gift-wrapped box. "Oh, what could this be?" asked Dad, opening the present. "A tie! Oh, how wonderful! I can always use another tie." Then he gave Lori Ann a big hug and said, "Thank you." And she said, "You're welcome." And then Martin gave Dad a box wrapped in newspaper. Dad shook the box and he whispered, "I wonder what's in here." He opened it. A box of nails. How special. I can always use another box of nails. Then he gave Martin a big hug and said, "Thank you." And Martin said, "You're welcome." Nadine gave Dad a bag tied with a bow. "Wow, what could be in here?" asked Dad as he was untying the bow. "Golf balls." How thoughtful. I can always use more golf balls. Then he gave Nadine a hug and said, "Thank you." And what did she say, boys and girls? "You're welcome." Everybody looked at Harvey. Uh-oh. Let's see what Harvey has. He pulled a piece of paper from behind his back. What do you think Harvey has? Let's see. Harvey held out his picture and said, "Thank you for being my dad." Look at what Harvey drew. Everything that Dad had done for Harvey. Wrapped him in a towel, fixed breakfast for him, prepared a flat tire, read him a story, put a Band-Aid on his knee. Harvey was so thankful. Dad gave Harvey a hug and then Harvey said, "You're welcome." Boys and girls, this is our story. Now, what are you going to give your dad for Father's Day? I'm Carolyn H. Lloyd from Friendship Missionary Baptist Church, Charlotte, North Carolina. Happy Father's Day to all the dads.